From New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show.
How you doing? The kids have come to play today. You won't believe what I'm about to tell you. With all due respect, have several seats. My girls are always turned out. I give it to you straight, no chaser.
Now, here's Wendy.
Ta-da! Welcome to the Ta-da Show. I'm Wendy. These are my co-hosts. My studio. Look! Audience. How you doing? Come on, let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Thank you. Everyone have a seat. They say, here's Wendy. I do a curtsy. I come out. I'm having a good time. Everybody's standing up and cheering except for one person in the audience. The one person who's known me since we were kids. I picked you up at the airport.
But wait, when Suzanne was doing
No,
this,
stop.
I thought you said
Just
sit
don't
down.
talk. You don't have a mic. Don't talk. That's my childhood friend, Regina. Yes. And we're the same age. Our boys are both 15. We're both married. She lives in Cali, though, and I'm here, so she's in town. And yeah, just follow what Suzanne says. Okay?
I did. She said sit down.
Whatever. When she moved from California, right? So she always recounts this story. I apparently went up to you. I don't remember the story, but you know, I was like, I'm Wendy. We're two black girls here. The other three blacks will call you white girl like they call me. So you and I are gonna band together and we're gonna be friends with the whole town, but just be, right?
Right.
And 55 years later, here we are. Ruth Pointer is here. Now, you don't understand. Ruth Pointer from the legendary Pointer Sister Group. I'm gonna tell you something. She's got a brand new memoir about her life and her career, and I've perused, and you will not believe what's between the pages. She'll be out here later. Can't wait. So, do you remember that Lamar was here in New York the other week at Kanye's fashion show? And then he went out for dinner afterwards. And remember, he was here, they flew private, he and Chloe, to New York, and then Kanye put a spotlight on Lamar as Kanye escorted Lamar to his seat. So to me, and I'm gonna stick with what I say, Lamar is still not ready to be out of the house in that particular fashion. In my opinion, that was a dog and pony show. And I don't know whether he was the dog or the pony. All I know is that I don't think it was right. And now here's what's even more wrong about him being here in New York. He didn't see his kids. Oh yes, oh yes. The kids are old enough to know who dad is and also be on social media and understand. And you know, the excuse from people was that he was only here for 48 hours. But my thing is, you know, you make time even for an hour in your hotel room. You know what I mean? His daughter, Destiny, is 17 years old, and Lamar Jr. is 13. And if he's well enough to jump on a private plane and go to a fashion show, then he needs to be well enough to see his kids. Now, you know, he should have invited them at least, not to the fashion show, not a big hubbub. As a matter of fact, I might have taken Chloe's invitation for the plane and then played possum for the fashion show. You know, stay in my hotel room, just to see my kids who are old enough to understand and they need a woo, woo, woo. Let me woo, woo, woo. Lamar, I'm not even gonna blame the family. Now, I'm blaming you. Yeah. You know, my parents are older, our parents are older, Reg. You know, both our parents been married for 155 years. Everybody's still alive, but they're older. And the thing is that, like, even when I was in Miami for Pitbull's New Year's Eve special, and we were only there, like, when I travel for business, I never make it pleasure. You know, I'm not in Miami for one day for Pitbull and then stay 4 more days to luxuriate with my family. No, we fly back to Jersey. But even for 24 hours being at the Pitbull thing, I made approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes where I told my parents, well, you know, come over to the hotel. They're retired, they live in Miami. And they came to the hotel, they saw our son, they saw me, they saw my husband. You know, I told them, raid the minibar, take what you want. Pitbull's paying for it, go. You know? Lamar, I don't feel sorry for you anymore. That was wrong, let's move on. Madonna's son is also 15 years old, and his name is Rocco. We've talked about him. You know, Madonna had him with Guy Ritchie. Guy Ritchie has now gone on and gotten married and has kids of his own with his new marriage. They live in London. Madonna lives in California and New York, and the boy was under her watch until very recently when he decided to just jump on a plane and, I'm going to dad. You know how they fight. I don't know that that's what happened, but you know how kids are. So in my mind, it's like a fight in New York between Madonna and Rocco. And then he's like, you know, privileged kid. I got a credit card. I got a passport. I got a cell phone. I'm going to dad. Yeah. Not yeah. Not yeah. Have you no heart? Mothers don't like that. So she's desperate to win him back, but she's trying to win him back in a less than smart way. He's moved to London, and she's been writing really heartfelt messages to him, but posting them on Instagram for her 6.1 watchers to see. Now, see, first of all, at 15, all kids are embarrassed by whatever we do. You know what I mean? Which is why I'm glad I do this show while the boy is in school. You know, he doesn't have to see. But, you know, I just feel like if she really means what she says, and I'm sure she does, she's a mom, but she's going about it the wrong way. You know, she's Madonna, and I mean that in the most boss-ish way. You know, you can take a week off of your life, give back the money that maybe you were supposed to be working for somebody for that week. Just give it back, you're rich. Fly to London, go to the hotel, send the Uber for the boy, or you be in the Uber, and you tell him, look, I miss you, I just wanna see you. Have him come over to the hotel, 2 rooms, so he can sleep in his own room. Nothing but room service and Netflix and the ID channel and conversation, right? Social media is not the place to reach out to loved ones that you're fighting with. That's all I'm saying. Whether it's your wife, your children, or whatever. Just not the place. I can understand his embarrassment. Madonna, you also need to talk to Guy, your ex-husband who's now married with kids of his own. You need to talk to Guy and get girly about it. You know, I understand, you know, we all want to play this, you know what I mean? But get girly about it. A little woo-woo, woo-woo, you know? Sniffling always helps. Reg, remember when we were young, we'd call it getting misty? Not real tears escaping, just misty. Just a little misty.
Yeah, you just pressed, missed.
Reg's mom used to make snacks for us after school, and we'd watch General Hospital. Yes. And then when I got my driver's license, finally, my mom would toss me the keys and we would run. We'd do errands for her, like the post office and the bank, but we always stopped by for McRibs.
Legitimate McRib.
All that mess back in the day, just so weird. Anyway, Madonna and Guy don't get along. They don't get along so much that she makes fun of him and calls him the C word that ends with a T when she's on tour, like singing and stuff. And she's probably mad because he took almost $100 million of her money when they divorced. But if you made it once, you can make it again, number one. Yeah. Number two, right? Number two, Madonna has another $100 million plus for herself. I just wish that they would get together and she could talk to him and they could get the son right, because it's a really pivotal time in his life. Because the boy says on his, oh, I don't have the quote. He said something about, this is what his life is, okay? His life is about skateboarding, hot girls,
London,
and thug life. Thug life. Okay, okay. So now, Madonna, good luck. Gwen Stefani. I know we've talked about her a lot, and I wouldn't bring you a story, another one, unless it was something more to the story. Okay, first of all, I think she looks great here. But only 50% of Hot Topics said that she looks great. The other 50 were like, no, I think she looks terrific. Anyway, Gwen just revealed something shocking about her relationship with Blake Shelton, her boyfriend. He's only her second boyfriend ever. Ever in her life. And she is
46.
46. Well, only her second boyfriend. Now look, I don't believe it either. In my mind, I feel like there's a boyfriend and then there are hookups. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I love Gwen, and she knows she's got a lot of young fans, you know, that need a positive message, but they're all in school, so can we talk as adults? Yes. There's boyfriends, and then there are hookups. Okay, so she dated Tony Canal from No Doubt, went from 18 years old to 25 years old. Okay. Then she was with her soon-to-be ex-husband, Gavin Rossdale, from 26 to 45. So my thing is, okay, so what was she doing from 16 to 18? And also from 25 to 26. If you've ever been divorced, you know. You date, okay, I did. A lot. Not necessarily hook up, but you know, and you don't necessarily call people boyfriend. Boyfriend is a title, like husband is a title. So, all right, this is only her second boyfriend, Blake, because they're not married. She doesn't consider Gavin a boyfriend because that was her husband. So in other words, her two boyfriends are this guy up here at the top and then Blake. So in conclusion, good for you, Gwen. You keep that going. Sometimes, you know, because I'm nosy, and observe the most ridiculous stuff. So I was over at Access Hollywood the other day, and somebody randomly I overheard talking about, yeah, she's not going to be interviewing in Lester's area. I turn around, my head whips, I must snap my neck. I'm like, I said, Lester Holt? So it's a giant studio, so we're all in the same room, but my area was over here and Lester's was over there, but he wasn't there yet because it was like 10 o'clock in the morning, and you know he does the nightly news. So, Lester, I left you a note though in your chair. Yeah, no, I did, and I wrote it on a Wendy card, and I hope you got it, Lester. Anyway, we're talking about you now, Les. But in a good way. So he's the anchor, the man in charge of the NBC Nightly News, Lester Holt. But he's got people mad, and people are mad at his son, Stefan. Well, Stefan is 29. What a swirly, swirly boy, right? His mom is white, Lester's black. This is what they made. Right? So the boy is 29, formally educated and the whole bit. He wanted to be a news anchor. Well, he just landed a job here in New York, the capital of the world, first of all, but also the #1 media market. And so he's going to be the lead anchor on a new show that they just invented here in New York called NBC 4 o'clock news. for the 4 o'clock news. And so he's the lead, and people have been working in this business, or in that business, you know, as casters and stuff, and at that station for years, and they wanted that job. You know, you hear the ground swelling about there's a new show about to start, and I've been here for 25 years, I know I'm a shoe-in, and then all of a sudden you see this young swirly boy walk in the door with his briefcase, and his last name is Holt, Stefan Holt. Well, I say, Stefan, good for you. Good. But what you have to do, and I'm sure your father and mother have lectured you on this, Stefan, you've got to be a good anchor, because people will always say the only reason that you got the job is because you're a Holt. And maybe, but if you're good, then they'll say the Holt got you in the door, but your talent kept you there. Yeah. You know, me and Reg were never nepotized. Like, really? Like, she's a former model, but her mom's not a model, nor her father. I'm sitting here in this purple chair. Let me tell you something. I got no help from my parents at all. You know, educators. But if I could, look, the only reason why I'm here right now, the only reason why I wake up every morning is to set my son up with some nepotization. And, well, you don't agree? I agree. No, look. And he gets lectured at least 3 times a day from both of us, so that'd be 6 times a day. In terms of, you do well in school, you make sure you earn your bones, because whatever doors open for you based on maybe this, you know, you're only going to stay there if you're good at what you do. Otherwise, all the other employees will laugh at you if you're not good at what you do. And we all know people who've gotten jobs and positions because of nepotization, but they're not good at what they do. Yeah. Right? So, in conclusion, Stefan Holt, congratulations. You've got some big shoes to fill. Although, hello, he's got big shoes. Size 15, special order online. Okay. It's so weird, like, when you observe pop culture long enough, sometimes you feel like, I know I say friend in my head and, you know, all that stuff. Sometimes you feel really, oh, sometimes you get caught up in people's lives and you don't want to. I literally soaked my pillowcase over Big Ange. Soaked it. I woke up this morning, my eyeballs were out here. I'll take one. Stupid show. Stupid cozy look. It's a Wonder Woman. Oh, so stupid. Oh, Wendy Watcher made this for me, though. Yeah. You know, Ange was 55 years old and she passed away early this morning, although the buzz started last night around 11 o'clock. And so I fell asleep after that. You know, a good cry makes you sleep good. Apparently, she actually passed away at 3 o'clock in the morning. She was battling throat, lung, and brain cancer. And I always loved when she came to the show, and she was always so nice. Like, out of all of the reality stars and whatnot, you know, Ange was, you know, that calming force with the voice and the boobs and the personality and the drunken monkey and the lips and all that stuff. But she's in a better place. She didn't suffer long, apparently. So here's one of our favorite moments. You describe your boobs as lethal weapons. And it's such a fun, well, tell everybody why.
Because I was on vacation with my family in Callicoon, upstate. There's a lot of bats. And I was standing outside a restaurant waiting to go in. Got a little bit of a wait. All of a sudden I get, boom, I go, oh, what the hell is that? And I look and there's a dead bat.